Q&A would be, is it better for young couples to live together before marriage or after marriage? From my experience, I would say before marriage. Before marriage for me is that I think you get the basis of the person living in a space with them versus completely going into marriage and then house, but never having that bond, just living together before. All right, a few of the main topics that I think will be good points is that I think it's more of our generation that it's more modern for a more modern time now than in the past. I know our mom would always tell us, oh, well, you can't play house before you're married and things like that. But I do think that this generation, I think we more live life for timing, and it has to feel right to us. And a lot of times is if your time tells you, it's like, okay, well, the next step should be us living together before marriage. I think that's better than just diving into just bringing in marriage altogether. I do think it's healthy to have that space of time together without actually having a ring. I also think that it's a good thing that it's almost as like you can like live the trial before you're actually buying it, if that makes sense. The trial period is just like you're in a space with someone, you learning how they think, how they act, their strong points, their weaknesses. I think a lot of those points that you only can know in a person if you are living in a space with them. So before marriage, it's smart to kind of have to have an idea of who you're marrying with those scenarios before you actually go to as far as being married. When you're living with your spouse, you get to know how they think, like how they would pay bills, how are they like the housekeeping and everything part of the aspect versus just going right into it. So imagine an example of me marrying someone we never had a home together, coming into a situation where it's like now it's like, okay, well, you don't clean, you don't know how to, pay any bills or can't cut the grass, because those are things that I didn't know that you could not do before I married you. So of course I think it's smarter to kind of be in that situation before the marriage comes. Another thing is that for me, I personally think that marriage would last longer if you know how the person operates. I think being in a situation and like living at home, I think a lot of your true emotions and feelings come out at home versus out in, of course, just owning your everyday dinner or something, like atmosphere. I think being at home is like, what type of person that you're dealing with. Like if they're dealing with anything dark or if, something isn't right with them, those feelings are usually expressed at home in the house versus, outside of the house. So for me personally, I really do think that that living together before marriage, it's like you come to the realization of how they handle stress. So it's like I want to be your peace. So if I don't know how you handle stress, which usually at home is where you will show that to me, I would know how to become the person that you need me to be. But I can only experience that with you when living at home together. Okay. So in conclusion, I think that living together makes more sense in this generation versus, outside, like any generation before us, because I think that we have a more modern and more realistic, how we want our lives to be lived versus in the past. They married because their mother wanted them to be married, or they married because that's what everyone else is doing. I think that we have a better understanding of what timing is and what we want. Another thing is that we can actually try to be in a house together before actually deal with a marriage certificate. We always have that trial period together when we live it together. And then also that you are able to learn your partner. You have to learn how they act and what they need, so you can be that person for them. So that's why I think that you should live together before you are married.